from your own choices that you make on a daily basis, from the habits that you have changed, everything that you've decided that no longer belongs in your home, your mind, your body, your spiritual side, and you've cleared them out. And now you're going to be continually surrounded by things you do want that do light you up. You're going to go from that neutral state to the happy state, to the elated state, to the, oh my goodness, I am so happy for life that yes, no matter what gets thrown at me, I know I've got this. And that's exactly where decluttering is going to take you day in, day out. Welcome back to Declutter for Change podcast. I'm your host, Heather Clark, your declutter expert. And on today's episode, we are talking about the in-between. What I mean is you're not quite where you were when you first started, when you first realized that, hey, I need to clear out my space, whether that's your mind, your body, your soul, or your home. But you're also not quite at the end where you're like, okay, I can deal with all of this no matter what. I'm confident, I'm empowered. No matter what gets thrown at my way, I've got this. You're in that in between. And one of the things to realize when you're in that in between is things feel almost like you're in a lull. And it's not a bad thing. Being in the lull, or what I would also consider to be neutral, is actually a very, very good spot to be, because you're at that point where, let's use your home, the physical clutter, because again, it is the easiest one to notice. Is you're in your home and you notice that there's a couple of rooms or a couple of spots in your house that, you know what, yes, there is some physical clutter there, but you know that it's manageable now. You've gotten it to a point where you can look at the clutter and go, yep, I'm okay with this, because what I'm going to do is, because I know it's going to take more than just the 5-10 minutes, is I'm going to schedule it into my planner, my day, my family's day, maybe this weekend that we're going to do it. We're going to spend a couple hours and we're going to go through this clutter. You're not angry at anyone. You're not upset at anyone. You're not shameful of any of the clutter, because you know it is manageable, because you've done it before. You can do it again. So we're taking that physical clutter and we're understanding that, you know what? I got this. And that changes your mindset on it. That changes your emotions. And that changes the spiritual side of things as well. Because when we can understand and we can empower ourselves to know there is some clutter here physically, there is some clutter here in our mental capacity or emotions. But you know what? I've done this. I've been able to clear this out before. I can do it again. My family has been able to clear this out before. We can do it again. And when we get in that state, that in between, you're not quite where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be, that's the sweet spot of knowing that things are going to change from this point on in such better ways, because you have changed your body, that you've changed your mental state with these things, and the spiritual part of it also changes. And when we can do that, and when we can look at things that, yes, okay, there are certain times where clutter will show up again and again. We clear it out once, we do it again, clear it out again, and the clutter shows up again. That's when we look at it and go, okay, I've done this before. And there just seems to be something that's not working for everybody. What is it? What can we do to this space and adjust it so that it does work for everyone, not just for one or two people? And then you're going to look at that as a family, or if it's just you by yourself living alone, you're going to go, okay, what of this is not working for me anymore? Let's take the example of the front space. When you first enter your home, you want that part to be cleared, because it is the first time you enter your home. So when you first enter your home, you don't want to be met with a whole bunch of clutter. But if you continually see that there's certain things that are constantly out of the closet or not put away properly, then you want to look at, what system do I have in place right now? And what is it of this system that isn't working? Could it be that you just don't have enough hangers in the front closet to put all the jackets? Is it that the shoes that you have are wet and you don't want to put them into the closet where it's going to get all stinky and gross? Okay, maybe have one spot outside of your closet to allow shoes to dry. And then when they are dry, you can put them in the closet. There's so many different ways you can look at it, but the fact that you are at this point of the in between where you can look at something and realize that, yes, this needs to change. I don't have time to do it right now, but I'm going to put it into my schedule and do it later. And when I do it later, I'm going to look at why this doesn't work for us or me anymore. That is a huge step in this journey. A huge step in this journey, because that gets you to a point where if you can do that for the physical clutter, the stuff that you see on a day-to-day basis, that's going to affect your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual side, because you are building new habits for yourself. You are building new ways of reacting. And yes, you may not be exactly where you want to be right now. The journey is going to be a lifetime journey, because guess what? A year from now, things can change. We've all known that from the past, that within a flash, things can change. But when you're getting yourself to the point where you can be neutral about seeing these physical cluttered areas, and you can understand and just be like, what can I do? Do I have the time to do it right now? So if it's in 5-10 minutes, just do it right now. If not, I'm going to put it in my schedule. And I know that on this date, because I'm purposely making sure that my time is spent on this and this alone, I'm going to focus just on clearing out this space. And it doesn't have to be long. It's amazing what you could do in just an hour. Put a timer on, get to work, and get that stuff done. And it's amazing what you can do. But the fact that you've put yourself in that stage, the in between, you can get yourself a lot further as you continue to clear more stuff out. As you continue to clear the physical stuff, the more mental stuff comes through. And you can just go, I see you there. I see you thoughts, but I'm not going to let you affect me like you used to. Yes, do I have thoughts of XYZ? Before, I used to freak out. It used to stop me in my tracks, and I used to cry for hours just thinking about that thing. But now, I'm in between. I'm neutral. I don't let that thought overtake my body and my emotions. I allow it and I say, thank you for coming. Thank you for putting some thoughts into my head that clearly I need to still clean out. I'm going to write these down. And then I get back to what I was doing, clearing out the physical clutter. And those are the points where you're like, yes, this is awesome. This is the point where you can just look at something that is physical clutter, that is mental clutter, emotional, spiritual, and just look at it with such a neutral palette and understand that you've got this. If you've done it once, you could do it again. Even if you haven't done it yet, you can do it. And I know that because everyone is so much more capable than you give yourself credit for. It's amazing what we can do as human beings, how we can be so resilient to certain things. Some of the stuff really bad, absolutely. But out of the bad stuff has come good stuff as well. So out of this clutter will come good stuff for you as well, as you continue to clear out the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and the physical. Good things will also continue to happen to you, and you will continue to see how empowered you become from your own choices that you make on a daily basis, from the habits that you have changed. Everything that you've decided that no longer belongs in your home, your mind, your body, your spiritual side, and you've cleared them out, and now you're going to be continually surrounded by things you do want, that do light you up. You're going to go from that neutral state to the happy state, to the elated state, to the, oh my goodness, I am so happy for life that yes, no matter what gets thrown at me, I know I've got this. And that's exactly where decluttering is going to take you day in, day out. This is why it is an everyday continual process, no matter how old you are, no matter what you identify as. Decluttering helps your life always. Clearing out the stuff that no longer brings you joy, that no longer brings you the satisfaction of being a human being on this earth, a chance of one in what, 40 million of a chance of being born and being able to be part of this world and have a change on people's lives, whether it is a micro, just your family's change, or whether you are somebody who makes a global change. No matter what, it is the constant clearing out the stuff, keeping the stuff we do want, getting rid of the stuff we don't want, and continually making sure that our mind, body, soul, and our home are aligned with who we really are in the core of ourselves. And that is why this whole entire process, it's a journey. It's a lifetime journey. I have had clients who are young. I have had clients who are middle-aged. I have had clients who are seniors. I have had clients who the senior has passed on and now they're dealing with the aftermath of what's been happening of that person not clearing out throughout their lives. No matter what part and what stage you are in your life, clearing stuff out will be part of your journey always. And this is why I want to empower you. I don't want to have clients for a lifetime. I want to have a client for a short period of time, empower them to know that they got this, that they've got this. That, you know what? If they do need to reach out to me, cool, reach out. You have a problem, you've got something came up and you're just like, wait, I can't comprehend this. Cool, reach out. But my goal is to empower you so you've got this, whether it's just you or whether it's you and your family. When you get from that starting to the in between, you know you've changed. The in between means that you have changed. When you can come to that neutral point in your life, change is already on its way. The change has already begun. The change is going to continue as you continue making these decisions for your life, for your family's life, for the future. And know that when something doesn't feel right, something needs to change. And you change it. And then you clear out what no longer serves you. And you open the space, whether it's your mind, body, soul, or home, you open the space to allow more to come into your space that is more aligned to who you are, where you want to go, and why you're on this earth. All right, that's a wrap for this episode. And remember, as you simplify, each item that you let go of brings you one step closer to a lighter, freer, more aligned life. As you clear out the clutter, be kind to yourself and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Keep sorting, keep simplifying, and keep thriving. And hey, if you want more decluttering tips and inspiration or just want to connect, be sure to follow me on social media. You can find me at Declutter for Change. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy decluttering.